Hello everyone, welcome back to my little channel. Today we are on week 4, which is unbelievable that it's been a whole month. And so let's get started with DCC. So this is my introduction that I have so far. As you can see, it's a work in progress. We've got some numbers here. And I was just having a think about chapter titles, and I also found some quotes and broke them apart, underlining and what does this guy mean, what does this guy mean, and had a real think about quotes. I think is going to be my most difficult aspect of this, as I'll show you later. Images are not a problem. I've had plenty of those. So this was the my notes from Tuesday. I'm presenting my chapter plan on the 8th of November, and it's going to be like a PowerPoint with different with key images and quotes and sort of what we've put together so far, like the bare bones basically, and then you have to submit it on now. Yeah, just general things like a quote less than a sentence and a half is in the word count, and the signposting words like notably and moreover. These are things that are more for the dissertation people than the visual product people, but it's still important, I guess. And we just looked at an example about chavs, and I wrote down some of the quotes from that because they were important. And then we went round and we talked about how far we'd got on, and I talked about sort of my plan for my chapter, for my chapters, and saying how I was a bit struggling. And she sort of talked about why is crafts important in contemporary culture, and she read that it was making pom-poms was a pastime in crisis because it's cheap and it's cheerful, and cuteness could be one, femininity, kitsch, cheerful, luxury. And then we also talked about analysing images and how we're looking at it and things you need to look at when you're analysing an image. So that was quite a useful session. They're all quite useful, to be honest. And here we have every single photo that I have so far. And it's a total of 89 images, which of course is basically all my images already. But not all of these I'll use. So I have this chapter's on cuteness, and it's very pink, it's very just sweet. I won't show you every single photo that I have. I'm just on the lookout for something. Here, I took these photos. There was this girl in town, and she had this amazing coat on, and it was very cute. And yeah, I had to take photos of her. She was very nice and very agreeable, and she said I could put them in my visual product, signed a thing. So yeah, so that's cuteness, and so far I've got 14 images for cuteness. And then we've got impactful, so that's show pieces basically, and just how pom-poms are used to just go a bit mental, I guess. Yeah, like that basically. that most. So impactful, 16 images. High end versus low end. This is the one that I've got a question mark over. I don't really know if I should call it that, if I should even have this chapter, but here we have like more high end things, and then we've got like low end here. This is a picture I took in Accessorize. They had this scarf, pom-pom scarf. I've shown you this before, the £435 Fendi pom-pom, and then the £5, and then a £2. This picture from Accessorize, I've shown you that one before. That's Primark, right? Yeah. So that's versus low end. Handmade. So just, yeah, it's funny how it's like a good hobby as well as being quite fashionable. 13 images for that one. Monochrome, 22 images, so this would be the one to cut down. I just found a lot of white and black pom-poms. That seems to be like the fashionable thing. So yeah, I think just like, look at that coat. Ridiculous. And like lots of shoes and even trims on curtains. Look at those dungarees, they're amazing. So yeah, monochrome, sort of chic, that chapter, but I didn't want to call it chic because of the next chapter. So monochrome 22 needs work. Luxury. Look at that, lovely. We have a lot of shoes in this chapter, just because that seems to be where they are used in luxury. Look at those outfits, they're just awesome. This is another picture by Fendi. So yeah, luxury. It's starting to be used as quite a luxurious item, but as well, like handmade. So the juxtaposition of that is quite interesting. And then lastly, we've got historical. Now I've only got 4 images of this in this chapter. Like, this is a French naval uniform. Look at the pom-pom on the top of his head. I love that. This is some priests, and they have this little hat. I can't remember what it's called now, but the colour of the pom-pom denotes the rank, or I don't know where they are within the church. So that's quite interesting. And then of course clowns. Pom-poms are used with sort of entertainers a lot. So yeah, I don't really know if I'm going to include historical. I don't know how useful that is, how relevant, but it's interesting to look at. So that's it so far, and I printed out every single photo, and it turned out to be 98 total images, which is a lot. So I guess I obviously won't use every image that I have here, but it's a really good start. Having it printed out has helped me focus a lot, and really now I've got to move on to quotes, I think, which is the more scary thing in my book. So this is why I'm doing visual product, not the station. Right, on to the practice. As I said in my last video, I went to Sheffield and went to some gardens there. Sorry about my reflection. Got some really good images. These were called the Winter Garden, and it was glorious. Like, it was a massive dome, and it was really lovely in there. Like, look at that, just beautiful. And of course, because it was like indoors, they had these tropical plants. They could keep the climate like quite warm. Sorry, I'm flipping through these really fast. This is I took so many. I went a bit mad. Yeah, I don't get enough of it really. Where else did we go? And we also went to the main botanical gardens. Let's start here. I love this orangey colour here. These were like actually not as impressive. I think it's a lot older, so the buildings couldn't be as high, and therefore the plants weren't as alive as they could have been, I guess. But still really interesting. Fun things to look at. That is not the gardens. Oh, and then we went back to the winter gardens at night. I took a few, but they're not really as good as the daytime ones. So that was very inspirational. Not done anything with those so far. Because I've mostly been working on my contextual file this week, which I actually did on university computer, so I don't have it with me, I can't show it to you. But yeah, I'm starting on PowerPoint, and basically I just put all the images in the PowerPoint and like put the links, because they're all online images so far. I've got lots of magazine scans, I just need to put them in. So, and then also annotation. The joy of my life. I didn't really do any sketchbook work this week. I'd gone a bit sketchbook mad last week, so this week it came down to warp making and warp planning. So this I showed you in the last video. This is my warp, and these were the bundles that I did. It's 300, and it's mercerized cotton, because it's the first one back of the year, and I wanted to ease myself into it. And mercerized cotton obviously is very easy to use. This is the threading plan I think I'm going to go with. It's a block draft. We'll see how it goes. I did block draft in year 2, but not blanket. So the other side of my warp is all green. So here's a picture from my Ruth Jeffries Textiles, my Instagram account, of me making this warp, because I've actually made both the warps. And it's all these different colours of green, and it's just glorious. And I just did random stripe, and that's why I didn't plan it out. I just went a bit mad on the warping mill, and I just used all these different kind of greens and different stripe proportion. And I think this side is going to be pointed. So this is what both the warps look like together. Really excited to start